Well, we're alive now, and Flying Feline in the house saying, "Flying by, have fun." Devil Flyer and Shadowhog hit the like button, laugh out loud. Uh, I was told by Rozzy not to hit my own like button.
No, I never hit my own like button.
Yeah. So I've stopped doing
I,
that. I don't
yeah,
even
I've,
watch
I've
my own
heard,
stream.
I've heard that that's not good for like your algorithms and shit.
Algorithm, right. So I took it to heart. I got some heavyweight, 300 series Bristol Stratmore here if I really want to get serious.
Ooh,
That's the one that I did the Dirty Joe on with the the white on
very
black.
nice.
So,
Well, Rex,
yeah,
I gotta tell you,
uh
Mrs. Good Stuff came up with a new character tonight while we were on Apex's stream. I was
mm,
goofing off, and I was like, well, between Shadowhawk now Apex introduced Shadow Wolf.
yeah.
I was like,
Oh, it did.
people keep. I'm gonna have a whole Shadow verse, right, to launch here soon. And Mrs. Good Stuff comes in and goes Shadow Bug. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. That's my drawing for tonight. It's gonna be Shadow Bug.
Is it going to be like Micronauts Bug somewhat?
That's kind of the idea. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Uh, well, good. I'm gonna kind of thumb through my notes here and just see some of the stuff that I put down. Some are more complete than others, and might even just do some in the notepad right now just to one character that I'd like to riff on is Thresher, and he made very few appearances, but he made his big appearance and first appearance in Airman number one. Airman number one is a public domain character
Oh,
with
Thresher. He
Malibu.
was he the like light purple dude?
Well, we're gonna see. I'm gonna
With,
show you. I think you're
all
right.
right.
He looked like the guy from to me. He kind of looked like the Shi'ar guy from X-Men. That was with the Guardian. Was it Guardian or with the Mohawk
Uh, yeah,
Superman?
Guardian. Yeah, Guardian was part of the. He was the
Yeah.
Shi'ar Royal Guard.
And when Jean Grey died, when they had the big battle in the blue area of the moon,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was one of the guys that was trying to kill her.
yeah, he might have been a riff on Wolverine to a certain extent. I don't know, but that's that's what
Man,
that's what the design uh, Thresher looked like to me, which he was
beautiful.
aquatic character like Aquaman. Uh, Flying Feline said, "Really? I haven't heard that." So here's your
Um,
first. Now he was in Malibu Sun or whatever their magazine, and I have that in there. That is really your first look at Thresher, his first appearance in a book. But now, as far as a comic, that's a book relating to comics about what Malibu was doing. Here's your first look at Thresher, and he's being tortured and whatnot. But I thought the color choice for his sort of the yellow ochre and the blue black, and just that waistband thing and everything was. And I don't know the character's name, and they were all kind of a riff, as you know, designed by Dave Cockrum, I think, originally in the X Men. The Shi'ar group that I'm talking about, and they weren't called the Shi'ar group, but
no, they had another name.
yeah,
They might have just been like the Royal Guard or something. I
right.
don't remember.
But there is the look at Thresher right there.
All right, hold on. Was I right? Was he the? Oh, well, that's a newer.
Whoops, and he kicked himself. Uh, his device kicked him. So uh, that is the first time you get to see him, and he was only on one cover, and he was on the ground defeated. He does meet Airman in this. I think Airman kind of, but he's kind of an Aquaman type character. But I always thought he was a great off the chain looking character that was underutilized by Malibu. I don't know if Thresher uh, is an old character, like a public domain character, the name or anything. I take it he was. I guess I need to just go read the article in Malibu Sun on him. But just a brief exposure. But this is one comic that I pick up. Generally, you can pick it up for pretty cheap. He was generally in the Protectors from Malibu. There's one of their covers, Protectors, which was Man of War. I know was.
Yeah, I got a bunch of the Protectors from Malibu. I think I showed them to you not too long ago, right?
Gravestone. Yeah, the character Gravestone. He was cool.
Yeah, Gravestone was cool. I liked him.
Yeah. I like the stuff they were doing. I didn't realize till afterwards that Airman was public domain character that they had kind of redesigned and brought back. Or I don't even know that they redesigned him that much. I was unfamiliar with Airman. So Malibu exposed me.
Yeah, I'm not real sure on that one either. It might not have been
Man of War
that
too.
much.
I was not aware of Man of War being public domain at the time, but they introduced me to Man of War, and Man of War is actually on the cover of Tribulation Task Force, along with Devil Flyer. There he is, right there, and Catman and Kitten are there as well. They're public domain, and of course the Blue Beetle. And they couldn't use, I forget what they called him, like I forget what they called him, but you can't call him Blue Beetle because DC.
Oh yeah. You had to call him something else.
It's kind of like Daredevil. You have to rename. So, what kind of broadcast was Apex doing?
He was doing a stream with Stephen B. It was Apex After Dark with Stephen B. We had a pretty decent crowd in there.
Shoot, I missed it, and I'm co-host over there.
Oh yeah, by the way, I told everybody I was gonna scold you for fucking not being there. So where the fuck were you, Rex?
Resting.
Oh, because you stayed up until 6 o'clock this morning after you got home from work, mister? You've got responsibilities on Saturday.
I know, and I totally forgot about it, and Apex did not remind me. I don't know. Did he?
All right, I'm done. I scolded you enough.
Good, because I was starting to get complex.
I know. I promised everybody I was going to scold you a little bit. So
okay. Well, I should be scolded. Unreliable. I wasn't thinking Apex After Dark anyway. Yeah, he did send me a link. Are they still going? I feel bad.
No, he ended just right when we were getting ready to start.
Wow. Sorry, Apex, and I'm sorry you had to leave and couldn't possibly win the Space Ace, that we gave away today. So, but
yeah, Rex, the excuses only go so
Jonas
far.
got the exact number, and he was the first one to get it. So, I guess it was just in the cards.
All right. We'll let you make your excuses, mister.
Yeah. Well, except for scheduling time, I don't think I missed one unless, he's had a special time.
I'm just fucking with you, right?
I know, but I hate that. I don't take that lightly. I take my co-hosting duties over there, seriously. Of course, Apparently not serious enough, huh?
Well, I didn't
One thing
say you
that's
did, but I was there.
yeah,
That's all I
yeah.
know.
Well, you didn't get any rest. That's why you're probably gonna buy out of this stream early.
Shit, you're done
Yeah,
tonight, brother.
you'll be like Mighty Geek. You'll fall asleep on me.
You went way too far this morning, man. You're already running on empty. You can't keep
Shoot.
up with me.
I got my second wind. Are you
You
kidding?
can't keep up with me, boy.
Well, you just try me. Fanta in the house
All
saying,
right.
hey,
Hell, Fanta, love you, baby.
all
She's a
right.
streaming machine lately. Fanta
Mhm.
rock.
I could show you some of the weird stuff that I kind of put down when I'm laying there in bed and it just kind of comes to me.
Oh, bro, nobody needs to see that.
Oh,
I'm just teasing.
yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
Fevered dreams confirmed. Here's one
Right?
piece of like a character
Wet
on
dream.
a
Whoop.
big owl. That's enough to get the concept down, you know.
Oh,
Oh,
Mr. O, how many licks does it take to get to
I
the
never
middle
met
of
him without biting. I love you guys too, Fanta says. Well, love us and leave us. I mean, no, don't do that. Uh, I did drop the link in the description if you want to join us, and I will drop it again. Hopefully, we'll get some people to come come join us, draw and talk and stuff. You know, seeing what I have in here. Yeah, an outlined woman. You know, just the outline of a woman, and her name would be Afterthought.
Wow. What the? All right. Shadow's obviously going to have to take over the conversation. What's wrong with you, Rex? Hail,
Maybe I
Fanta, flying feline. Oh my God.
well,
What's
all right. Well,
going
here
on with
was
you
one,
lately,
and I
mister?
actually put on there bug like. Bug like.
All right. Knock it off. Not bug like. Bug life, bitch. No. um,
My magnetic character, I should probably work on him. And if I do a magnetic villain, wouldn't that be a cool magnet, die cut magnet or something? Because
oh,
his
yeah.
powers are magnetism, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta make a
And,
magnet out of that, dude.
okay, so there's the look of him, which I haven't, quite perfected it yet, but he's got like Colossus banning all over he is metal. Flying Feline still in here says Rex
Holy
is
shit, dude.
cooking with gas tonight.
I got a cheesy B more movie playing on Tubi in the background, and they're actually playing Zebra, Who's Behind the Door,
What?
on the soundtrack of this movie.
Oh, you got to tell me what movie that is so that I can see
I
that
don't
from my.
even know, bro. I can't check right now because my remote is on my phone.
Don't do that to me. Don't, don't, don't,
I'll
don't,
check it,
don't,
bro.
don't throw
I
out
will
that
check it.
lusciousness to me and say you can't have one. That's like taking a kid into a
I'll
candy
check it
store
when
and
we get off the air, brother.
oh, here's a character with a top hat and blank cloth. I'll say so. After we get off the air, you can check it for me. Cool. I
Yeah.
never knew that they were that movie was used in a soundtrack or used later. That's cool.
No, I didn't either. And I just happened to be listening, and it was like I heard it in
Yeah.
the background. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Very distinctive song. Yeah. Oh, this was a good
Yeah, it's a
one.
great song. One of my favorite songs from the late '80s,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
actually mid '80s, I think. Tell me what you want.
Tell me what you
Zebra.
want.
What was that, honey? About 85, 86? Yeah.
It was
Zebra. Yeah. Yeah.
rocking.
Zebra. Mm-hmm.
We had those phones, Bluebird, we said Bluebird, now we have there's zebra. I go zebra. Zebra.
I got. There you go.
Yeah.
This is the
Oh,
beginning of
wow.
Shadowbug.
There you go.
Bro, I'm getting a feel for my drawing skills again, man.
That's
You wait.
good. That's how I create characters mainly, or do heads. If I can get the head down, I can come up with a costume design.
Oh, if I can get the head, then I can do the rest of the body and all that stuff. If I can't
Dan
get the face,
Flegel in
if
the
I
house. Dan should
holy
join us.
shit,
Hey, Dan.
welcome, Goblin Girl
Absolutely.
Dan, Boob
Yeah.
Dan, love you, brother. How you feeling? I hope you're good.
Oh, is Fanta leaving? She's rest well, Fanta. She must have overdid it today, and it's the weekend.
All right,
Oh,
Fanta, love you, baby.
Fanta.
Go have some sweet dreams, dear.
She's singing, "Oh, I'm on my way to Sleepy Town. Maybe I can join tomorrow."
You
Good
can
night,
join
baby.
whenever you want to, Fanta.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to have Dan. But I believe I got Goblin Girl down in the description. I was rushed. I looked at the clock. And I was putting in all the links, and I was like, "Oh darn, it's 9:04," and I had to cut it short. But I usually put Goblin Girl down in there. So, and thank you, Feline, for dropping that. It's great to have Feline over here. We don't get this must be a good time for her because it seems like these afternoon streams are, you know.
Yeah, well, we're usually kind of streaming over each other, which sucks.
I know, and it didn't used to be that way. You know, at first I could go in there and play the trivia and stuff, and then it just, yeah.
But dude, I mean, it is what it is. We all realize that. Everybody knows.
Yeah. Because I really do enjoy that right before Topicless, you know, but it does give me a little bit of time before Topicless to unwind and rest. Not always. Sometimes I just go from one thing to the next. But hell yeah, I know. You're welcome, Dan. I always like to push Goblin Girl.
I would love you, Dan. What the
hopefully next week I'll be able to finally back Goblin Girl. What
the?
Better before he gets it down.
Don't buy dollar store fucking mechanical pencils, people.
Oh yeah?
Good Lord.
That's all I do buy. Well,
they suck so hard.
He might not. What are you guys creating?
They don't draw bad, but when you click it and you get the next little one out, then you go to use it on the paper, it pushes right back in.
Oh yeah, I hate that now. That says it didn't have enough lead in it or something.
No, it's just got a really weak ass fucking spring. They're cheap as shit, dude.
I guess made in China, guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
Go check out Dan Pleagle's The Goblin Girl. Dan, please don't take it down. I want to back it. Into next week. Promise.
Yeah, Rex is getting paid soon.
Yeah. Won't that be cool? Have some coin in the pocket. It'll go right out the door, but you know, that's okay.
Hey, that's the way it goes when you're.
That's to be expected with the first paycheck.
And you know, when you're part of this community, I mean, you do what you do.
You do what you do. And I do apologize, Dan, that it's Choppy S Theater. I'll get that fixed. What are you guys creating? You have a heavy hand. And Mighty Geek says. That's why you broke the lead.
It didn't break the lead. It pushed right back into the pencil. I didn't break it.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. And that's not a refillable kind, is it?
I don't know. It's just a cheap ass like Dollar Tree one, dude. I bought like a 6-pack of mechanical pencils.
Right.
You use them once, and then you click them to get the lead out again, and then when you go to draw again, it just pushes the lead right back up into the pencil, and you can't draw.
I got you.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, we're just I've drawn out some things of characters that I want to kind of develop and maybe draw some more or draw some. So they can be.
I'm working on a brand new character that was inspired by Mrs. Good Stuff tonight. Hey, Mighty Geek, what's up? I give you a heavy hand, Mighty Geek. Bring him up. I will show him my heavy hand. No,
well, the link's in the chat. If he wants to join us, he can.
I'm just teasing. He knows that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when you say I'm just teasing, I don't know. I'm kind of like iffy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I guess I could level up and do something on Bristol. Something that's a keeper or something like a developmental page. I guess I could do that. Do it on. Try and level up and do it on something, right? I could just do it on the cover too. Although that's got something that had some oil in it or something. Just on that one spot. So yellow paper. I'll start with that. I'll just rip the strap more cover off and do something on the back of that.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah, well, it's a good piece of paper. I'm not going to waste it.
No, I know. I'm just cool.
I guess I'll develop the Seeker, a new villain I created May 23rd. All right. Oval head. Are you having difficulties with yours?
That's okay. I got it.
Yeah. Mine says maybe a Scripto. It's one of those cheap ones too.
Mine don't even have a name on it, dude. It's just they're different colors. That's it. I mean, when the lead is out, it draws okay. The problem is the lead doesn't want to stay out.
Mm-hmm. And I put like bull horns on him, I've been wanting a Minotaur type character.
A Minotaur?
A Minotaur type character.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, yours is, not mine.
Oh.
I get to create too,
No, you don't.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Yeah, of course. Silly boy. Of course you do.
If this was a helmet, which it is, a battle helmet, I'm creating a lot of characters in black of late, TM and that Ink-like character.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, black costumes, but black is slimming.
Well, that's true. You know, and if you got an
Yeah.
overweight superhero, you don't want to make them look bad.
Yeah. Like the Blob.
Oh, this is a pain in the dick.
Or that chick that John Byrne designed. That was part of the Greater Lakes Avengers.
Oh yeah,
The big, she was beautiful, but then when she uses her power, she becomes obese.
yeah.
And that was pre SJW type stuff, and John Byrne was doing stuff like that, Flying Feline
Oh yeah.
says, "Come
It was
fly, have a
long
good
before.
evening, Salante." Yeah. One of these days, Feline, I'm going to get you on here. Just one of these days. And you can bring Luke as a bodyguard. Luke has never been on this channel. I don't think Death Metal Hero likes me anymore. I'm kidding, of course. I don't think he ever liked me. But anyway.
What did you do?
What did I do? There is no do. There is no do. There is no try. It just
There's
is.
only try. Wait.
Yeah. Wait. No.
No, that can't be.
No, that's not correct. Not the mama.
Not the.
I don't know if I'm skilled enough to do these horns on this character from a different angles. Again, that's a difficult element.
Think of my new guy.
What happened? Left over?
I don't know. Dog fight.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Shadow.
Ooh.
Good. Fired that one. Nice. So I thought I was gonna draw that. Coming out, alright?
Maybe the horns go back into his head. What do you think?
What's that, Rick?
Maybe the horns go back in his head. They're not out all the time. They're not out all the time.
Wait, on whose head?
On this seeker's head. This character with the bull horns.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay. I thought you were talking about the one that I was working on for you for a second.
Dust Devil. Yeah. Why is Shadowhawk a black box? Carrie wants to know. Hey, Carrie.
Why am I what?
A black box.
Oh, sorry.
He probably
My
has a
camera
phone.
was,
Just yeah.
yeah, my camera was on. Sorry, Carrie.
So okay, there's that. I'll erase the lines here in a minute. Like I say, if I can get the head down of the character, I can generally create the rest of the costume, powers and whatnot. Shadowhawk gets silent when he's creating.
Yeah, when I'm getting into my drawing, dude. I'm sorry, I get quiet. All right, I'm gonna have to put this down for a few minutes because
No,
you're
you
all
won't.
quiet too. Yes,
No, no. I'm talking.
it's all right. I am. Yeah,
Carrie says you don't have to be sorry. Laugh out loud to be however you wish. Shadowhawk.
I was having fun. All right,
Why is
I'm gonna
Shadowhawk?
show you guys one more little sneak preview before I quit for tonight. I'm too drunk to draw,
Oh,
but there you go.
oh wow. Yeah, well,
That's
you
the
did a
beginning.
dope. I mean, his head. That's great. I mean, just from the get go.
Yeah, give it time. Give it time. You dissing my body already, bitch? What the
No,
fuck, man?
no,
Didn't
you
even
are
give me a
drunk.
chance
My
to.
God,
Ah,
he is surly tonight.
yo, I don't know. I just been getting ragged on you all night.
What?
You've been giving me shit since freaking 9 o'clock or 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh,
Get in
you
here,
did.
lazy fucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
Uh-huh.
I forget?
Yeah. Well, you weren't drunk then. You were just
Oh,
waking up.
see, taking advantage of me after I've been drinking too.
Uh-huh.
He admits it, people. I hope everyone's documenting all this abuse I
I'm sure Cornbread Man's out there somewhere.
get. Nah, if I didn't love all the abuse, I wouldn't be here every day. I'm obviously a masochist.
Glutton for punishment's more like it.
Well, same fucking thing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Somebody had to blow their nose.
Sorry. What was that?
I said somebody had to blow their nose.
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Bodily functions suck when you're on the internet. At least I haven't partied yet.
That's good. That I'll probably leave that to me. Leave that to me.
Yeah, that's your job, right?
Drunk drawing can be funny, Carrie says.
Well, it might be, Carrie, but I'm the one who has to live with it the next day. So,
And be told by me that was,
yeah, and then be,
ragged by Rex.
roasted on the internet for the next 3 weeks. Which I don't care really, but
It's kind of like a dream
it's
come
all
true
part of
for me.
it's all part of the The YouTube game, right? You gotta take the good with the bad. And if you ain't got a thick skin, you might as well not even be in the game.
Yeah. Well, that takes a little time to develop. I don't, for some people, I think,
Well, yeah, I know.
and to kind of
But
realize that.
some people just, yeah, they
Yeah.
don't get it. They think
And some
everybody's
people are
cheating.
snowflakes. Some people are snowflakes. I'll give you that.
Well, yeah, I wasn't gonna go there, but yeah, some people are.
I
You
did.
accidentally
Yeah.
breathe on them and they're gonna fucking melt. Ooh, you got your
Mm.
hot breath on me. I'm melting. Oh. Well, sorry, snowflake.
Sorry, snowflake.
Yeah, I hate to be a meanie.
No, you
No,
don't. You love it.
no.
You revel it. Admit it.
You kill me, right?
Just admit it.
All right, so let's see what you've been working on, Mister. I've been showing off my ridiculousness.
Okay, I did show one. I guess you were looking down. Let me
Well, I
finish
was
this.
probably drawing, dude. This is called a draw stream, right?
That's what I just
Expect
said.
me to be watching you draw the whole time? Is that? Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I got a
I get it.
couple more lines here. Let me erase this other one because the ink's probably dry on it.
More abuse heaped on top of abuse on top of a double helping of abuse with peanuts on top. Awesome.
Yeah. Peanuts. Yeah. Crunchy goodness.
Crunchy goodness.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, so let me get his antenna.
Wait a
ready.
minute. Pale Rider. War, famine, pestilence, and
Pale Rider.
war? No. It's war, famine, pestilence, and shit. Death.
Death. Right.
Silly. Death is the big one. But death, see, we were talking about that the other night, right? Because death actually serves the purpose of God, because you don't want people just hanging out forever. But
Right.
at the same time, in the apocalypse, he becomes an agent of the devil. How the fuck does that work?
Yeah. I don't know
Well,
if it actually does, because the devil loses in the end. So there you go. Ha.
Well, there you go. But I mean, death actually takes the devil's side, apparently, when the apocalypse comes, because he's one of the four horsemen.
Somewhere safe. That's not mine anymore.
I'm just saying.
Okay. You wanted to see what I'm working on? Here it is. Okay, so I did that head.
Oh, he peed on it.
And then I did this head. I just finished that one. So.
Okay, so I come up with the idea. Well, actually, Mr. Good Stuff, of a bug-like character, and then suddenly Rex is doing a bug-like. All right, I see how it goes.
Now, I've got receipts. I would like you to look at this, except for the striations. I left the striations of this one. Created 6/7/23 magnet power suit? Question mark.
Okay.
So I can't help it if he looks like, Bug. I'm influenced by Bug too, from the Micronauts. And really, this came.
You can't have my influence.
This head here came from the horseshoe magnets that we used to have as kids.
Oh yeah.
And Black Bolt, the leader of the Inhumans.
Yeah, he had almost. He had more like almost like a tuning fork.
Right, and I don't want to just mimic it. I don't even realize what, but I know he had the Electron, Kirby Crackle, and stuff that he could do.
Yeah. Well, you know what a tuning fork is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact,
and you have different ones.
In fact, in that War of the Worlds, the main character, he uses a tuning fork to remember stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch that? I mean, I didn't think that you had ever seen that.
What, the
Was that
new
in the
War of the World?
original? Wait, the
Of course
TV
I've seen
version.
it. Yeah, I've
The
seen
TV
that.
version.
I've seen it 100 times, bro. The original
Okay.
War of the Worlds that they used to play like on fucking Family Classics and shit. Yeah, I've seen
No,
that. I don't know.
the TV that riffed off of the original movie, the late
Oh, the
80s TV
TV show.
series
No,
that I
I've
just
never
got
seen the
done
TV show.
watching. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Rex the
No,
Four Horsemen.
I've never seen the TV series. That must have been when I wasn't watching TV. I haven't been watching TV since probably, ooh, dude, 2012 or so, 2014, something like
Yeah.
that. I got rid of my cable and I just started doing. I just watch movies.
Same thing with me, bro. It is amazing how our lives have kind of paralleled,
I know.
with things. Because I haven't had inward streaming in I can't even tell you, long time.
I mean,
I
the
don't want
last
to pay
time I watched,
for it. I don't make the
I
money
got
to pay
the,
for. Don't you feel sorry
I got,
for me? I don't make enough
yes,
money
I
to
do.
make
But for a little
have
while
inward
there, like
streaming.
Daredevil and Punisher were actually kind of good on TV. And then I don't
Hmm.
know what the fucking happened to that,
Oh,
but
on
they got all.
Netflix. On
Was it
Netflix.
Netflix? Yeah, it must have been Netflix.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, I
The,
got the collections of them.
like the first
Yeah.
2 or 3 seasons of Daredevil were really good.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a good job with that series. I would say that was probably their top one. And
Dude, I had high hopes for Moon Knight, and I was so fucking disappointed. And then I also
I didn't have any
had high
hope for
hopes
that
for
at all.
Werewolf by Night, and that one was good, but it
Well,
still was.
don't change the
I don't.
subjects. Let's stay on that Netflix thing. There is some new Netflix news, Shadowhawk. Uh,
Well, great.
Netflix is
All right.
cracking down. Netflix is cracking down on users sharing their Netflix privileges. I heard.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Well, good luck with that.
Well, you always have some people that get around it, right?
Oh, dude, well, I stopped watching Netflix for 6 months at a time, and then I go sign back up. I get a free month, and I binge watch everything I missed in the last 6 months, and then I cancel, and then I
Well,
wait
what
another
was that
6 months.
news? There's a new series coming out. I really would like to see that. I played the trailer to. Oh, it was that
How about
King
no?
Kong, that animated King Kong thing. But
Oh yeah.
I think
It
that was
looks like
on
it's gonna.
Netflix.
It looks like it's gonna suck, Rex. I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably.
It's a little too manga. Kong looks a little too wimpy.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard that one character's voice, I was out.
There's
The
actually an
female
animated
characters
Kong that they did back in the day that's pretty good. And I'm not talking the
that.
old 60s version.
Oh no, I think that. I think I know the one you're talking about.
Is it?
Was it like 70s or 80s, something like
I
that?
can't remember if it was Deke or some animated group like that did it.
Yeah, I don't remember who did it, but it was pretty. Well, remember Godzilla had a series back in the
And
day too.
Godzilla had a series. I've got all those, I think, and that was pretty
Hmm.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good, except for Godzuki. Freaking
Was
Godzuki.
Godzuki? Wait a minute. That's the 70s one with Godzuki. They didn't
Yeah.
bring Godzuki
Oh,
into that other. In fact,
I don't know, man.
Godzilla was human friendly in that. He befriended the
Yeah,
humans,
he was. Yeah,
which
he
he
was a
did in the
friend of the
old
humans.
series too, and in the movies. But
Oh wait, I got it. Hold on, Rex. Mrs. Good Stuff
Mrs.
is here.
Good Stuff in the house. Hey, Mrs. Good
All
Stuff.
right, Mrs. Good Stuff. I'm gonna show you
Some
the
person. Hey, some person.
preliminary shadow bug. Hold on a second, Mrs. G.
And he did that
The
near
first
drunk.
the first go around on shadow bug, Mrs. G. Inspired by you.
There you go. Yep.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, and
Hey, some person in the house.
I'm just working on some heads. So there's the first one I did, and then this one. So just working on
Nobody
some
clip
character
that and
design.
run with it.
Which one are we? She says perfect.
Oh, thank you, though.
You can always,
I'm
on
still
the
working
head.
on it, Mr. G, but I'm too buzzed up now to keep going. I'll work on it again tomorrow.
Well, instead of calling it Shadow Bug, call it the Buzz. Actually, you can't because Marvel has that. They have a character called the Buzz.
Oh, what about Shadow Buzz? It covers the bug element.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I'm good. I'm good with
We'll
that.
toss it around the old brainyard for a little while.
Oh yeah. Brainyard's bankrupt, folks. In fact, it's in deficit.
These people.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag justice for Shadow. Oh, jeez, God.
He ain't gonna help you. No need to call on him.
Oh, I see how you are, mister.
You don't see how I am by now. You're just not looking.
Obviously. I must not have been paying attention. You ready for me to finish this dinner yet, babe?
No.
All right. I gotta finish up the rest of dinner here, folks. It's already 10 o'clock. We're eating like the Spaniards tonight.
How do Spaniards eat?
Late at fucking night.
Okay. I eat it very early in the morning or late at night.
You know nothing about Spain?
Dinner at 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. They're taking a siesta in the afternoon because it's too hot. So you don't have dinner until late.
This other character has a Jargonaut-like helmet on.
Juggernaut, right?
Jargonaut, yeah. That's what I said. No, really.
A really great ideal. Somebody get ready. Fucking babble and teach him English.
I told you I was still learning. I told you.
Hey, you're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck back.
I'm down with that.
Oh, you better be, mister. Alright, I got
what you got? Tell me what you got.
I'm trying to get all of it.
Tell me
trying to get all the side dishes
got. Tell me what you got.
Tell me what you got. I got pork chops. I got some mashed potatoes with a nice brown gravy, and some nice French cut green beans.
Yeah, that's the way I like my green beans.
Thanks, Bila.
What's she saying? Applesauce. Yeah, pork chops and applesauce. Oh, Mighty Geek in the background. How long you been back there, Mighty Geek?
About 2 minutes or so.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you've been back there about a half hour, right? Jeez.
No.
What's up, Mighty Geek? How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. What's going on with you?
Oh man, I'm doing a late night Spaniard dinner tonight, 10 o'clock, and I'm just finishing up. So.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's just me and Mama Hawk, so it don't matter.
Oh, where's the kids?
My youngest is spending the night at her friend's house again, and the marketing director is at her dad's for the weekend. She'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
Right now we're working on character designs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just came up with a new one tonight, inspired by Mrs. Good Stuff. Yes,
She's
we
always a
do
great
need a cooking show.
inspiration.
Of course.
Man, between all the cooks we got in CG, if we could start our own CG cooking network.
We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'll be the new Gordon Ramsay. Your food is shite.
You knew this when you met me.
Hey, no, I know a lot of things when I met you. This I did not know. That's my
Yeah,
story, and I'm
you ain't
sticking
no
to
baby.
it.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Uncooperative mother. Hate when that. Ah, we're good.
Check your digits if you're cutting up stuff.
1, 2,
Hey,
3, 4, 5, 6,
one, two,
7,
three,
8.
five, six, seven.
8? How many am I supposed to have?
Mrs. Good Stuff says food speaks all languages. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. You got good food, man. It don't matter what language you speak.
Feline Faye versus Mrs. Amateur.
Mhm.
Well, when you have a
So
mister
which one of
around,
you?
which one of me
So
what?
which one of you Iron Chefs is going to take up the challenge
Oh, flying
of
feline,
creating
it's
a
all
nut?
good.
You're on.
Mama's fine with me.
The challenge of becoming the
We'll
next
eat when
best
the
thing
sides are done.
in comics. You got your recipes.
Flying,
I'm just waiting for the final product.
Flying Feline's advice is, and you're on stream, Shadowhawk Talks, go hang with your lovely lady. Rex can wait.
And again, it's all good. Mama House is
Until
used to eating late at night anyway. So
That's why we did not start streaming till 9 because he wanted to hang with this lady for a while before the stream.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ha!
all right.
It's already
I'm
beat
not a
you to it.
total
Okay.
brute. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll kick.
But yeah,
As long as
Mama
you
only cooks
remember,
like a standard anyway. I cook dinner and then
Hannah
she
Lee
eats
Bob.
like about 10:30.
as long as you remember what's important, we all have. Everybody's all right.
So this is actually a treat for her. It'll actually be done fresh when she's ready to eat instead of her having to rewarm it, which is kind of nice.
True.
I'll let Abby out and I'll be right back.
Yowza. That was steamy. Not in a good way.
I just want to remind you boys to keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Do not try to exit the vehicle before it comes to a full
Wow.
stop.
Do not try to exit the vehicle while it's in motion.
Ow!
I'm talking to you,
It's hot.
Shadowhawk.
What's that?
I'm talking to you, Shadowhawk.
All right. I gotta mute.
Because we don't want a repeat of Insert City here. Can you believe these guys left me here by myself?
Well, what happened to Shadow? Did he get kicked?
I don't know.
Good night, Chuck.
Hey,
Hockey says, "Hey, Hockey. Well, I guess I'm chopped liver anymore. Hell, I'll have a great night. See you tomorrow."
uh,
Okay. I didn't even have a chance to warm up my coffee. Okay, I'll drink it as is. I can do that.
well, you stepped away. You stepped away for a while, so
Yeah.
and I couldn't let him in.
Oh, well. Come back in, Shadowhawk, if you so desire. Uh,
Well, if he wants to, he can. But
yeah. Yeah, he's
we
got
all
the.
know how that goes.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you wear your emotions on your sleeve.
Okay. All right. I don't know how to respond to that because I'm here. Okay, so there we go. Camera on. Wait, no, wait. No, wait. Camera on. There we go.
There you go.
There we are. So, all right. So I had to think up. All right. What are you working on, Mighty Geek? This figure again on the light box? Still continue?
Yeah,
Is that the same figure?
yeah. No, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be a different figure.
Okay.
It's-
It's kind of using that same pose and as a template.
yeah.
Oh, I see you've got written up there character design. Does that come on that pad? Is that vellum? Is that tracing paper?
No, actually, it's it's from Blue Line Art.
Right. Okay.
It's part of their comic art kit. You can they have images online that you can print out.
That's right. You were saying that they had. I've gotten some blue line stuff. Usually get it at Hastings. They usually
Mm,
carry. We're kind of limited around here on what we have
yeah.
available.
Depending on where you are, you'll be very limited.
Yeah. seem to be off tonight.
Well,
On making things symmetrical.
hey, I'll tell you this once and once only: do what works for you.
Yeah, but it's not working too well.
Well, you know what you got to do. You got to try something different.
I guess. Maybe this one's just too big. Let's see. One's smaller than the other. Hey, Carol. Getting a nice group of people in here, you know?
Hey, I know it takes a while, but eventually they will come. They always do.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, all it takes is one.
So I'm going to have to go to the basics here. Pretty sad if I can't even draw a head. Shadow had some good ideas, you know. He added more horns to my character Dust Devil, and I had not considered the horn part of it, you know. Not even considered it. So,
Hey,
but that could be a good addition to that character.
it could be.
Yeah. Certainly go with the name.
Yes, say. Well, who knows? If you keep this up, you might end up like Frank Miller.
Oh, I hope not. He's looking pretty bad nowadays, bro.
No, I'm talking about when he got started. He took so much harsh criticism that he improved so much and became what he was.
Yeah. It's interesting, you know. Everybody was like Frank Miller, and I was like, not really taken with this Daredevil stuff to the point of wanting to put out the money to really buy it at the time, and I started, but I did start reading Daredevil after that when it had lesser known artists on it.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit different. I didn't follow the crowd when it came to Frank Miller.
Well, the thing is, Frank's an acquired taste.
Yeah. Well,
and I think he likes it that way. Anything that'll give you a reason to improve, yeah, you take that.
Well, 3 things that'll help you improve. Practice.
Practice, and a little harsh criticism.
and a listening ear to that criticism.
Exactly.
I realize this is probably as exciting as watching paint dry, but
Hey, this is the process.
yeah. I've got to get a good camera set up. That's one of my goals, to get it
Yeah.
set up where people can watch you as you do stuff. I don't know how that's going to work out because I'm kind of used to working, with a dog in my lap and
Mhm.
working smaller. Well, I haven't sit down and done heads in a while. Just created, characters from heads.
Yeah.
Like I say, if I can get the headshot, if I can get what the face looks like, I can generally come up with some kind of design
Mhm.
for the character and kind of keep it from mimicking, tropish your own stuff.
Yeah.
Do something different. Like, yeah, straight boot might look here, but this character has that boot design.
Mhm. Well,
Try and do something
that's
different.
that's one of those things you have to get used to. Get used to seeing and recognize when you do it.
And have pretty good memory of what's come before. Otherwise, you will kind of repeat yourself, I think.
Yeah.
So, what'd you do on your Saturday?
Well, I slept most of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were up late last night, right? Early this
I
morning.
had some, it was early this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, it was 8 o'clock when we went off air.
Was it 8? I was thinking it was
Yeah.
6. But,
No, it was 8.
all right.
I almost fell asleep on you. Remember?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. That was classic.
We did it.
I just cannot get symmetrical tonight for some reason, where one side looks like the other. Mr. Good Stuff in the house. Hello, Mr. Good Stuff.
Mr. Good Stuff, huh? In relation to Mr. Big Stuff, who thinks he's all that in a bag of chips.
Yes. Yeah, I'm still a little punchy, to tell you the truth. Maybe that's why I'm
Mm.
a little off tonight.
Ah, well, that's bound to happen.
Yeah, it catches up with you.
Which is why eventually you need that thing called sleep.
Yes, I'm a big proponent of sleep.
Oh
You couldn't tell it by me, but yeah.
yeah.
I'm better than Mr. Good Stuff, and that a bag of chips.
Mm. All right. As long as the missus agrees with you, you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll finish this up and I'll erase that other one. I'll show you what I'm working on. Nothing too complex. I knew I wasn't up for too much tonight. I'm kind of glad I'm not touching my wrap around tonight.
Hey, save it for another night.
Yeah, there'll be other nights. Definitely.
In case you're wondering, this guy is a vampire hunter.
Ah, have wooden stakes in his arsenal.
Silver. Silver stakes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Silver stakes, bows and arrows, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy who believes firearms are ineffective.
Well, against vampires, huh?
Yeah.
Against vampires.
And besides, we all know how soft silver is. So a silver bullet, not only is it expensive,
Yeah, just ask the Lone Ranger.
yeah.
But he had a silver mine. That's where he got his from.
Yes, I know.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best part. When they give the people he refer to it as friends a silver bullet.
And let's face it, silver bullets weren't. I mean, yeah, silver was worth something back then, but it's not worth near what it is today.
I know.
Yeah. All right, so.
And another good thing about this guy is he makes his own weapons.
That's cool.
Hey, like I said, I have to give these guys skills of some sort that'll help them in their crusades.
Another Batman-like character that doesn't really have superpowers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you do characters like that, you can have fun with them. You know, there are some who
certainly.
believe that. uh, there are some who believe that Daredevil has supernatural abilities.
Yeah. Well, radioactive inspired, right? Enhanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't, like, Shang-Chi or whatever, Shang-Chi, whatever his name was,
Yeah.
the Bruce Lee, White Tiger and
Mm,
Daredevil and Iron Fist don't fight
yeah.
because they're all kind of similar characters, right?
Yeah, they're basically all martial artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shang-Chi and, well, the new White Tiger is the niece of the original White Tiger.
Yeah, they made a female White Tiger, didn't they?
This is the second female White Tiger. Angela is the second one. I forgot the other one's name. All of whom
I
are related to Hector.
I think that character was supposed to be from Puerto Rico, wasn't she? Puerto Rican?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know Hector was from New York and he was a cop. Which made that a very interesting story.
Yeah. I'm not really that versed in some of those characters, but it seems like that some of those characters, since they're kind of similar, would be pretty neat to see them in kind of a contest of champions type
Yeah,
scenario.
would be.
Mm-hmm.
If Marvel can find someone talented enough to do it.
Yeah.
I know the CG guys will never do it. Because they'll get limited credit. And Marvel will take all the glory for the idea.
Mr. Mike Walters, how are you, sir?
All right, how about yourself? I liked and shared the stream already.
Thank you, sir.
Dropping in to say hi and see how y'all doing.
Pretty well.
What's new, Mike?
Not much. I understand that sometimes family stuff does come up.
Yeah.
I missed you like a week ago.
I know.
I was lucky to get Rick to come in and fill in. So,
I'll have to thank him later.
Yeah. And you're gonna have to catch me up because I just got here, Rex. I know it's something about creating characters and all that, but
yeah, I'm just I'm doing the fun stuff,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of interesting characters and stuff like that, Rex, you ready for this Friday?
And remind me what time that is? 6
p.m. my time, 8 p.m. yours.
Yeah. Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope I am
Friday,
if I'm not working.
I'll send you the. What was that?
I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, shoot, man, I'm working now. Yeah, or starting to work. Let's put it that way.
As Terry
And I
can say,
didn't want there to be a
I'll send
conflict.
you the link. I'll send you the link in the morning. The
Okay.
StreamYard link, and usually I ask people to come on a few minutes early for pre-show because there's stuff I usually have to explain. Actually, one of the things I can ask you about now, I guess, since we're talking here. So normally now the primary reason I have a co-host is more for commentary purposes. As you probably know, we read through the comics and stuff like that. I'll do the voice and stuff like that.
Right.
And I wanted to know, would you like to read along with and do voices as well, or did you just want to sit back and just do the comments?
I'll do it all if you. I'll do it all.
Okay. All right. You ask that because some people like to read along and do the voices as well. Other people, kind of a dramatic read. Basically, it's a little bit of everything. It's one part book, obviously, one part review, one part commentary, one part dramatic reading. A little bit of everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea is I'm basically trying to turn the comic experience into like a TIE, what they call a TIE, or a total immersion experience.
Right. There you go. Surround sound.
All right. Yeah. So some of the stuff like this past Friday is we were reading Best Comics Volume 1, Number 2 from Standard Comics. Standard is the same company that also at one point did go by Nador. But these were primarily just were reprints from newspapers. So we read like The Adventures of Red Mask, and mostly this past Friday when Rick was on, it was mostly just humor stuff like Jigger, Happy, the Jams. So a lot of like, and Rick was even trying to pick out the plot holes there, but I had to remind him that these were humor, slice of life type stuff, more cartoony stuff. So that doesn't matter with those as much as.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Tim's here.
Hey, Tim.
What's up, Tim?
Oh, sad.
Yeah,
what's up, Jiggers? He says. Jiggas.
No, I didn't say TMI. Tim, I said TIE, which is total immersion experience. Exactly. It's a term they use on Toonami, actually.
He's double dipping on us. Like double dip chocolate. Total immersion into that milk chocolate goodness.
Yeah.
Melvin 3 on Find My Comic right now. Check it out. Let's watch the trailer.
Get it now while supplies last.
Absolutely.
Well, Rick had also reminded me because a couple of the guys usually ask me to do this for them when they read along. Did you want me to send you like a copy of the link of the site I used for the reason? Did you want to like?
Yeah, if you would.
Okay,
if you have it, you can put it in the private chat tonight.
Okay.
That wouldn't be too much trouble.
All right. Let's give me a second. First off, remind myself. And next, of course, this Friday will be when we'll be finishing up October of 1939, and starting the following Friday, the 23rd. That's when we start November of 1939. So, get real quick just to remind myself. Comic on per. Okay, it's actually 20, not 50. I was thinking this was 15, but I guess it's number 20. All right. Now let's double check, make sure that they actually, I do believe they do. So. What's that scratching sound, Rex?
I don't know. Linkety link link. It should be in the chat, Doc. But yeah, Rex, pay attention. There we go. I'll drop it again.
Well, yeah.
Welcome to the show, Doc Blaylock. How are you, sir? Frickle, freckle.
Fizzle, frazzle, frazzle, fizzle, fuzzle.
Hey, Doc.
You been
Hello.
working hard or hardly working?
I'm not working.
Depends on your definition of each.
Been working my fingers to the bone.
Yeah.
Want
All
to
right.
share my screen for a little sneaky peek?
Absolutely. Did you share that with me, Mike?
Yeah, I'm sharing it right now in the private chat.
Okay,
So,
thank you, sir.
So that's the link to the site, and it's to the actual page for the book we'll be reading on Friday. And as noted in the
That's not what you're supposed to be sharing.
Oh, sorry.
You embiggen it.
I just embiggenated you, didn't it? I didn't see it down there. Another.
But anyways, Rex, so that's some, basically aside from, basically it's a normally those books have like 68 pages in them, but this one will only have 46 because they took out the little Abner, Nancy, and Tarzan features in that. But they have some others I believe in there, like Ellis. I don't know because I haven't looked over the book yet, but it's still going to be some pretty good stuff. So.
I'll say that link. There you go, Doc. Somehow you got kicked behind the scenes for a second.
What happened?
Somehow you got kicked behind the scenes for a second. I don't know what happened.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Fascinating.
What?
Right now, the only thing I'm seeing
is a black screen.
Yeah. Fascinating as always.
Okay. That's not what you should be seeing. Let's try that again.
Yeah, it was just black screen.
All right. Tell me what you see now if you share a screen.
A black screen.
What do you see now?
Black screen.
So,
same here. Getting lost in translation there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a StreamYard fuck up. I'm sharing the right thing. We'll do it a different way.
All right.
And then look at I guess Doc muted himself.
and work out the details.
Were you originally going to have Shadowhawk in here with you as well? Brett?
He was in here earlier.
Okay.
And he dropped out for some reason.
Well, it sounds like there's some kind of scratching like, I don't know if it's just, like airy, scratchy kind of sound like.
Yeah. Not on my end.
I'm hearing it, but I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too, but it's fine.
I'm hearing it. Not on my end.
And of course, tomorrow night we'll have our weekend edition where we basically invite everybody on to just talk all things niche, in a panel like. There are a few interesting stories that, like, one of the big comic stories that's been going on lately, I guess that a lot of people have been talking about, is what they've been doing to the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that over here a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, they resurrected his wife to kill him.
Yeah.
Well, they've just been trying to just totally emasculate him.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. They couldn't do it by conventional means, so they resurrected his long dead wife.
Yeah.
I still say that's punching below the belt, but they're gonna do it.
All right, let's try this again, shall we?
All right.
All right. We shall.
Entire screen, allow, and you'll have to tell me when you're ready.
All right. Well, we got this up.
All right.
Put on
There we go.
Are we ready?
Yep.
We're ready.
From artist writer Doc Blaylock.
No sound though. Is there supposed to be sound?
Yeah, there's effing sound. I don't know what's going on.
The visuals are great.
They're stopping you at every point. Doc, what did you do this time?
Rampart Studios, Dark Gift Comics. Yeah. Been working on the trailer, huh?
Blood on the Bricks, a pariah.
Yes. Worked my ass off on it for it to not freaking play the sound on here.
Yeah.
It's playing on you. It's playing on my end. It's playing on YouTube. I don't know why StreamYard's acting stupid tonight.
Got me, bro. The visuals.
Well,
I must say.
Well, maybe. Well, you said that it's not a YouTube problem; it's a StreamYard problem. Is that
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, StreamYard can be just pretty funky at times. No. Yeah. So.
If it was a human being, I'd punch it in the face.
Because it's the military thing to do.
Of course.
Well, look, I have a very simple philosophy. You know what you call a can opener that doesn't open cans? A liar. And you punch it in the face.
Right.
Well, most military guys would call that a paperweight. Well, that's all it's good for.
For all we know, if it was a professional wrestling match, he would probably use the can opener as a weapon.
Well, speaking of which, my son returned to wrestling tonight. Show.
Okay.
He just messaged me and said, "Dad, I just got home. I'm really sore."
Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling would
Like
do that.
your son, is he into professional wrestling or is it more like collegiate type wrestling?
It's indie, but he gets paid.
Oh, is it? So it is professional wrestling then?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
Rex.
So
I dropped you the link in the private chat.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Oh, to his organization?
No.
Oh, okay.
To his trailer, he's trying to play. All right, now I hear the sound on that. That's a good sign.
Let's see if Rex's choppy ass theater can actually play it.
Cross your fingers. Let me close out some of this stuff so it might play a little bit better. All right. Patience is a virtue, Doc, they say.
I have plenty of patience. Plenty.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I'm a very
So
patient
close.
person.
Not
I
with
had a lot of
inanimate
windows
objects. I have no patience with inanimate objects.
Well, maybe you should. One of these days, that inanimate object might save your life.
And
Oh,
here we go,
Go.
as the Joker said.
There it is. Well, Doc, I think it was on your end.
Music's great. Goes right with it. Very nice. Very nice.
Only on Rex's choppy ass theater.
Well, thanks for sharing the exclusive. That's awesome.
Yeah, and let me give a little backstory on why I did that. Some days the art just falls out of my pencil onto the page effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Other days it's like trying to chop down a tree with a rubber hammer.
Yeah, I got it.
And you keep hitting yourself in the face.
Today was chopping down a tree with a little rubber hammer. Everything I tried to draw was a big old bucket of suck. So I said to myself, self, you can't have an unproductive day. So make the damn trailer.
Yeah.
So I did.
That was a good call.
Yeah. I had to do something. I cannot stand wasted time.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't strike me as the type who likes to waste time, Doc.
No, I typically start working before the sun comes up, and I don't stop until well after the wife has gone to bed, except for lunch.
Yeah. One of the things I was thinking about, one of the things that would cross my mind after last night's show, I was just thinking back to a lot of the older comics from back in the 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how, like, particularly with the humor comics, the humor slice of life comics.
You got something backstage, Rex.
Okay.
I was thinking about some of the interesting.
Greetings, fools.
I was thinking about some of the interesting names for the features that they had back then, like Lollapalooza, Mickey Finn, the the Bungle family, Nervy Nerds. You
Mhm.
know, they had some very interesting names for features back in those days. You know, and some of them, you know, there was some double entendre, like Mickey Finn. Now, from what I understand,
Mickey Finn, right?
a Mickey Finn is basically what they use to spike somebody's drink, right?
Yeah.
You know, even RJ pointed out, like, not necessarily with the feature name, but with one of the writers for the feature, Rube Goldberg, who was credited with writing the Lollapalooza feature. You know, there's, I guess, that's what those complicated mousetraps are called, Rube Goldberg's. You know, the ones that Tom would use to try to catch Jerry in the Tom and Jerry cartoons, the MGM Tom and Jerry. Oh, here's another little tidbit you guys might not have been aware of, and I just recently found this out within the past few months. You know that the Cat and Mouse Tom and Jerry is not the actual first series of cartoons called Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
Were you guys aware of that?
I
I
was.
think I heard that somewhere before, but it's been a while since I've.
Yeah, I think it was back in the late 20s, early 30s, where Van Buren Studios, who at the time was doing the Felix the Cat, you know, silent cartoon, they also produced a series called Tom and Jerry about what some people would call a couple of weirdos, you know, you know, something in the same vein as Mutt and Jeff, basically.
Doc, I'm taking a page from your playbook. You know, you did that first piece, the Nubian on the back of the cover. That's not to waste it.
Yeah, but mine wasn't yellow on both sides. That's weird.
No, it wasn't yellow. I have it right here.
No, the one in your hand is yellow.
Oh, it's yellow. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I'm just doing some character designs here, so it's no
Give it to
big.
me and I will destroy it. Hello, how's it going, everybody?
Why would you do such a thing?
Because I'm the destroyer of covers.
But why?
Because.
Why would you do such a thing?
Well, then, if you are the destroyer of covers, I challenge you to destroy a very specific cover. Destroy the cover of the Necronomicon.
You could destroy the cover that Feel Like Making Love that Christina Hoff did in 1998.
How can I make that any worse?
It's an abomination.
How can I make it any worse?
That's for you. That's the real challenge right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also some
by the way, the skin of that book is also the cover of that book is made of human skin, so be careful. It bites.
Somebody did a cover of In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. They should be,
little known fact about the Necronomicon, they just shaved a little off Biden's ball sack.
They should drag whoever that was into the public square and publicly execute
them.
They just took like that thing you carve up turkeys with, and they shaved a little off Biden's ball sack and made the Necronomicon cover.
That actually sounds like
little known fact.
I'm actually still waiting for my belt made of nipple leather from Lou Storm.
Who isn't waiting for a belt made out of nipple leather?
Hello, Carol. I'm awake because I just finished a project. And as I said in the chat, I have a headache that would kill 10 ordinary men.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Actually, I just recently with Rick, not this past Friday, but the week before, I read a feature on Dollman, who they said that after he takes his serum and shrinks down to the size of a doll, he has the strength of like 20 grown men.
Okay.
Well, that's got the Buckler beat because he only has
Yeah.
a strength of 3 men.
Yeah, but none of that helps my headache, Mike.
I
I'm
know,
just,
right?
Just saying.
Well, what
Hello.
can we do? What
Hello,
can we do?
Mrs. Good Stuff. Good to see you.
What can we do to alleviate your headache besides
Well-
not talk over each other?
I thought about jumping in front of a bus, but brakes are so good these days.
First of all, which city are you in?
I can't disclose that, sir.
No.
Let me put it this way: is it a left-leaning city? Because if so, you might have a chance. If you time the light just right.
I'm actually in Atlanta, and we have a street here that is famous for pedestrians getting clobbered at least 2 a week.
As long as you don't get caught between the moon and New York City.
I know it's pretty.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
get caught between the moon and
No, Mike, stop.
We got the reference. Yeah.
I rebuke you. I rebuke you. The power of Christ compels you.
I need to pull that one on Apex because he gets in a singing mode of late, you know.
Yeah.
I'll
That
never
would be
forget
perfect.
One of the funniest things I ever saw when I was on active duty.
Well, okay, let me
Okay.
ask you guys this.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Doc.
I'm in the
Word,
middle of
because
telling
the
you.
word about copyright.
Edward, Mike.
Sorry.
So anyway, one of the funniest things I ever saw when I was on active duty, I come aboard the ship and I have to go to the head, and there's a guy who's obviously, he's hungover and he's got his head in the thunder jugs and
Thunderjacks.
Yeah.
he's barfing, and the guy standing behind him slinging water on him, going, "The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you."
Wow.
That would be fun. That would be funny if it would. It would be funnier if it was the chaplain doing that.
It was true spontaneous humor at its best.
Wow.
I know. I've actually seen that happen, and the chaplain was the one doing it.
So, are you guys more worried about a potential copyright issue when I start singing, or are you worried? Or
No, that's not the issue at all, Mike. That's not it at all.
so you guys would? So let's say I was to start, I was to start singing something Christian. You guys would still have an issue.
Yes. Yes. But only because
He's got a headache.
You ever heard of a what they refer to as an earworm?
yes.
It's a
Yes.
song so catchy that's stuck in your head for hours.
Yes.
And in
Yeah.
my case, it's not the whole song; it's just that one part of the song.
That
repeatedly.
one bar of the song. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Well, for me, all songs are running around in my head at any given moment, and any.
Oh yeah, that happens to me too. Absolutely.
It happens to all of us.
Like basically, it was like the whole thing when you made that reference to the Christopher Cross song there. It just that was the cue for me to Granted, I wasn't gonna sing too much of it, but
You don't sing enough of it.
On YouTube, I've heard that you can even get struck for that. Somebody singing,
Yeah.
sometimes.
which
Kinda wild.
amazes me because people do reacts to channels where all
Yeah,
they do is
exactly.
react to music videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
I never even tried to make sense of it. Just enough
well,
to.
I mean, and I can't understand, especially if we're, I can understand if this was a monetized stream, maybe they'd have an issue, but this isn't even a monetized stream. It's not like and
It is monetized. I sent Rex 25 cents
Oh,
just yesterday.
Oh,
Rex,
cool.
where's my pig? Where's my pig, Rex?
It's going in the mail Thursday.
Well, I think they can get away with that because what they do is they pause between certain parts of the song and then they talk,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then they continue, and then as long as they're stopping, they don't get in trouble.
Or talking over it. They can do it that way too.
Yeah. But some reactors get struck even though they pause it or talk through it.
Yeah, there are some bands you just don't play.
You
at
just
all.
don't. Right.
You don't play Sabbath. You will get a
No.
hit. You do not play a Kiss song. You will take a hit.
I notice the ones that never get struck. It's because usually the people they review they know them.
Well, I'm not even really playing.
They could play.
Or
They
video.
could
I'm
play
just
favorites.
I'm just singing it myself. I mean, you would think that'd be considered transformative enough because I mean, and I'm
That's
not claiming it's not my song.
It is absolutely transformative, Mike. It is that. There it is. Closer to the mic. Come on, Rex. Come on.
I hope that didn't
But
blow
lights up.
Things that
But
make
I
me
will be
happy.
sending this with your Devil Flyer. I sold a copy of Devil Flyer, the black and white ash can today, by the way, Doc. So
Congratulations.
absolutely. Yeah, made a sale. Woohoo.
Hey! Don't say devil. That's a slur against me and my kind. Kidding.
Oh, that is Tim. Okay.
I mean, no, it is I, Say Tim, destroyer of covers.
Don't you mean your? Hey Tim. Don't you mean your him?
Yeah, I mean
I mean him.
him who?
Like as in song, right?
No.
A musical song, him.
It's a cartoon reference, actually.
Oh.
No, I'm not him. I'm
You
not
know what I'm talking about, Tim?
Yeah, that's not me. Sorry.
Yeah. I haven't got a clue. So we're all.
Him is what they called one of the villains on the Powerpuff Girls. He was.
I think you somehow unknowingly insulted me at the same time. If you know the character.
Wasn't Adam Warlock originally called him?
Yes, he was. And there was a her.
Yes.
Well, the him on the Powerpuff Girls was basically an effeminate version of.
Yeah, like I said, you pretty much single-handedly insulted me at the same time.
Wasn't my intent. I was just making making a pun there, as it were, or what have you.
All right, Rex. I think that I'm going to eject myself from this stream. Go and put a chokehold on my pillow and see if I can't squeeze some quality headache relief out of it.
Just don't try to do what they did on an ER episode and go grab a surgical drill and drill a hole in the front of your head and bleed out.
Well, no, I'm good. I'm good enough to do that without bleeding out.
Good old caveman medicine. When you have a headache, you just bash a hole in your head with a chisel.
That was actually something I don't know if you guys.
All right, Doc. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
All right, see you, buddy.
See you later, Doc.
Peace.
Later, guys.
Later, Doc. No, that actually the ER from the 90s to the 2000s. What I'm talking about. So that's the episode I was referring to there.
Indeed.
Do you draw, Mike, at all?
Not really. When I was in grade school and I tried to draw, didn't come out too well, and it just kind of killed any interest I'd have in actually drawing any art because I was like, when they try to teach you to color in the lines, you gotta get frustrated. It just never really. I mean, as you know, I'm a big fan of cartoons and all of that, but I just felt like I never really would have had the time. You have to remember, I do have a mild form of cerebral palsy in my left. Granted, I'm right-handed, but still,
Right.
probably could color now if I really wanted to. But I was just never. That aspect was just something I never got into.
That's my story.
I've been known to have quite an imagination that I can at times imagine myself in those other worlds of the comics, past and present, all that. So.
I'm usually at a food truck eating a hoagie, and I go, "Hey, look at that over there."
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how, or I don't know if funny is the right word. Maybe interesting how you do have a lot of the back and forth between cartoons and comics, where you have some stuff that started out as cartoons and what is made into comic adaptations. You have the other way around too. There's some comic adaptations that were made into cartoons. Actually, in fact, I just recently saw something recently. Apparently, there were some cartoons made of Captain and the Kids, which was a comic feature.
Right. Early one.
Yeah.
So.
Or Captain and the Kids, was that Katzer Jammer?
No, according to Gatgo, one of my original co-hosts, Captain and the Kids was kind of a knockoff of Captain Jammer Kids.
Okay. All right.
So, it was done by a different artist, but it was basically the same premise, I guess, or similar premise. So.
Oh, Abby's barking again.
Hey, go feed that dog.
Yeah, Lollapalooza, Mickey Finn, Nervy Nert, Jiggers.
You guys know better than this. You guys know better than that. Go feed that dog.
That dog will be just fine. Don't you worry about that dog.
You know, I think I know who Mike reminds me of. You remember that movie Dodgeball?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember the guy that had the sports quarterly that had all the obscure sports that no one knew about?
Yeah.
Well, there's always a character. Well, I mean, why do you think there were some of my older fans had started calling me the Nietzsche King for a while there.
Yeah, it's like he knows all the comic book stuff that nobody. I'm expecting him to pull out a magazine that's called Obscure Comic Books Quarterly.
What's kind of funny? What's kind of funny, Tim, and I think I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this to you before, but I mentioned it a few times. One of the sites I use is kind of a baseline for gathering information. Is a site called Mike's Amazing World of Comics. Now, mind you, it is not my site. It was done by Mike Reynolds.
Right.
I remember you telling me about that before, and I was about to ask you that, but you beat me to it.
Yeah. Well, here I guess I can maybe share that link. If you guys want to see that, or even better yet, maybe I'll. If Rex will allow me, I can show you guys that particular.
Certainly.
Okay.
Me, I'm just trying to get this pencil to work for me. It's like different from Shadowhawk. It's like, oh man, I'm really off tonight in some aspects.
So, I did just put it up. So if you want to share that, Rex, and I can show. Now this is kind of more of an indexing site here. Here, I'll even let me.
Is that the one you sent me? I don't think it was.
No, I sent you one. This one only has summaries, and this one's more like an index. The one sent you.
Can you put this link in the private chat so I can save this one as well?
Okay, sure. Let me.
And I'll take a look at these.
Well, this more is like an indexing site. The site I sent you, Comics Books Plus, actually has the comics to read, or at least most of the public domain.
Gotcha. I still want this link.
Yeah, I know. Just I'm trying to find. I can't see the. I'm having trouble finding the cursor for some reason. So then I can kind of walk you through this one here in a moment. And
Go check and see what Abby's barking about here in a minute.
all right, so I just put in a private. Put this link in.
Just saw it. Thank you.
All right.
Not
So, yeah,
secure site. Oh my gosh.
So this is more like they have comics, find the public, characters, and now this one. Now they used to have different, you know how they have like DC, Marvel. This one was initially just the DC site. They had separate indexes for. See down here, DC, but now they consolidated them all onto this one site. And the newsstand here, see, they show publishers. Yeah, I'll even.
Now, have you found, Mike? Have you found a site that gives you printing information, like how many copies were printed of this and that issue?
No, I never thought to really look anything like that up.
Yeah, if you ever find something like that, I'd like to see that, because I like to see the totals of what, how many were actually printed. In the golden age was millions, we know, but yeah, if you ever find any stuff like that, I know Paul Cooperberg on Twitter, he sometimes puts stuff up like that, and I just found him on Twitter and subscribed to him.
Yeah,
because that informs me on what to collect. If it's really low, if I think it's a good book that has potential and it's really low in print numbers, and most people aren't aware of that, you can kind of get ahead of the curve, and find you a copy.
Well, what this, again, this provides a lot of basic information here, like sort by, and I sort by publication date. Show all publishers. So let's see, like for October of 1939 here. What this also can, what this can tell you is that, why it doesn't give specific numbers, like in terms of how many copies, were sold. You can figure out like how many books were how many different books were being published at the time. Like, so these have about eight a row here. So you got 8, 16, 24, 32, 30. So in October 1939, 32 or 34 books were being published. Okay. And for that month. And then he has like specific.
That is minuscule. That is minuscule. By today's
well, yeah. This is 1939 this is 1939 as well. This
right.
This is still very early on. A lot of these companies no longer exist.
Right.
Or if they do, they're like they're in so they kind of go over.
They were absorbed by someone else.
Right.
Yeah. Or just totally dissipated. Yeah.
Here's what DC was selling. Here's what DC published in October 1939.
Wow. 5 titles.
5 titles right there. But the thing is that even though these all fall under DC now, they're grouped together, they had different names. Like right here, you see where it says publisher right here?
Yeah.
And then you see DC, and then you see in parentheses there, Detective Comics Incorporated. This is, of course, more Fun Comics, Volume 1, number.
I thought it was National Comics.
Well, DC. Okay, so some of the books were published under Detective Comics Incorporated. Some of them were published under National. So I'll kind of go. And Detective Comics obviously was Detective Comics Inc. Let's see, Adventure. Adventure was just under DC, so that could have been considered national. All American Comics was actually published as under All American Comics Incorporated, which was again another company that was absorbed by DC, and then Action Comics, and they're under. Now I think eventually they would become national periodicals or something like that at some point. Let's look at this. Additional information. So here are some of the. Right here are some of the company names that DC has gone with over the years: National Allied Publications Incorporated, National Allied Newspaper Syndicate Incorporated, More Fun Magazine Incorporated, More Fun Inc., Nicholas Publishing Company. That was when their founder Major Nicholson was still
right.
Detective Comics Incorporated, AI Marin, All American, Picture Comics, Picture Publications, Superman Inc., JR Publishing, World's Best. I mean, look at all these. These are all the different names DC Comics gone by.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
look
amazing. Yeah. I had no idea they had that many.
Mm-hmm. Now let's look at Marvel back then. And Marvel, of course, was not known as Marvel as
Timely. Yeah.
They were known as Timely.
It was known as Timely, Atlas, and a few others.
Yeah, Atlas and
Timely Publications, right there. This is from Marvel. In fact, we've had in fact, Terry, I think the last time I read the Namor story out of this. We were talking about, and I was talking about this with Rick too, how at least for most people, Namor was considered a villain, not really.
Yeah, and the first crossover battle was with the Human Torch, the android.
Yeah. Well, what I pointed out in that particular case of Submariner, though, is it was one of those scenarios where one person's villain is another person's hero because of the circumstance. Yeah. In other words, because
the Namor's circumstance is that the surface was destroying his home.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah. So his people felt that the surface dwellers were, and then here's Daring Mystery Comics #1. Yeah, Marvel had some, even going back to their days at Timely, had some interesting titles here. Well, and then you saw Marvel Mystery Comics Volume 2. That started out as just simply Marvel Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Joe Simon there as the editor there. Let's go down to another one here. Archie Comics, which had just another company that just started up like a couple months prior to this. And they already had 2 titles by this point, a month prior, Blue Ribbon #1, Blue Ribbon Volume 1, #2. Now Archie at this time was known as MLJ Magazines Incorporated, eventually MLJ Enterprises. And their lead feature right here was Rangatang, who was a dog. He was just an ordinary dog who got adopted by a police detective. Kind of a prelude to Rex the Wonder Dog. And then you had Top Notch Comics right here, #1, with the Wizard and Pearl Harbor Peril, dressed in a white suit and cape. Yeah, so let's see. Let's look at some other one of the other things too with a lot of these comics too is like the color scheme is just a lot of the color schemes are very bright. You guys notice that? Hello? Hey,
What happened?
well, I was wondering that because I'm not hearing anybody. Not even hearing the static or the. I was wondering what's going on. Rex, Terry, you guys still here? The stream's still running, but I'm not hearing anything from Rex or Terry. Tim, you there?
Oh yeah. Trying to stop sharing screen.
Oh. Oh. Oh, Tim. Rex walked away. Oh, that's right. I can't. I was trying to highlight what I had to bow out to charge my phone. Okay. Wow. It's like, okay, where'd everybody go? I guess we'll wait till Rex comes back. But yeah, that's my baseline. Now they do have summaries of the DC stuff, but the other stuff not as much. That's my baseline. Wonder if we're gonna get another chair stream where Rex just leaves it on like 24 like the 24-hour chair stream. He did that one time. Anyways, well, I mean, Rex not here. I don't know if Tim stepped away or not, but of course, if anybody in the
Yeah,
chat,
I'm still here.
Okay, if anybody's in the chat and wants to ask anything or comment on anything, we can try to answer those as well. And it sounds like there's Rex.
I'm back.
I didn't even realize you left. Tim was even telling me that I should probably stop sharing the screen. I didn't even realize you left there.
Yeah, so just for a minute. Yeah. Well, just for a minute.
He told me that. Well, I guess Terry had said he had to bow out to charge his phone. So.
Yeah. When you operate on your phone, you have.
Well, that's why I usually wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's why I just prefer doing my laptop. But yeah, one of the things I was asking you guys about when I was showing that stuff was how colorful those comics were back then. I don't know. You want me to share the screen again and start sharing more of the information there, Rex? Or
whatever you want to do, bro.
I'm just keeping the conversation going as best I can.
Just we're just kind of Funka Jam drawing here.
Funka Jam drawing? I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just shared it again.
I just made that up. I just copyrighted that.
Oh man, you're an innovator.
Yeah, I'll try. I was actually thinking of title for, and it left me. I should have written it down.
Dang it.
I know, right?
Dang it, Rex.
Maybe it'll come back to me. I'm not, devoid of new ideas.
All right, so
Blue Ribbon Comics, yeah, they resurrected that Red Circle did in the 80s. Blue Ribbon.
yeah, well, Blue Ribbon, as I was saying earlier, the lead feature for this one was Rangatang, who was basically just a regular dog, kind of a prelude to Rex the Wonder Dog, and various
Right.
other type of.
That was in the 50s, right? Rex the Wonder
right.
Dog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As I said, this was the Rangatang character was a prelude to him in a way, because kind of just an ordinary dog who got adopted. And look at these titles of these comics: Blue Ribbon Comics, Top Notch Comics. Look at some of these. Let's see now. Move down to Dell here. Dell was a longtime publisher. Now Dell was primarily like reprints and.
I think I've asked you before though. When did Dell? I know they stopped their 4-color in like 1962 or 3. When did Dell go out, Mike? Do you know? Have you found out?
I can probably find that out here.
Okay, because I'm kind of curious.
We can actually look that information up, I believe.
I'm kind of curious about
publisher. So according to this right here, Dell Comics ran publication years 1936 to 1973.
1973 they went out. Okay.
Yeah, right there. I just highlighted it so you can see.
Interesting. 1973.
Yeah, so. And then Tarzan of the Apes number. Now this is part of what they called their large feature comic series
Mhm.
1. I think they had a couple of these. These were kind of similar to the 4-color one, but these were kind of more like so. Large feature comics is the unofficial name of the series of unrelated one-shots. The name Large Feature Comics is derived from the covers of issues number 25 through 30. Issues are listed under the indicia title. A second large feature comic series began in 1942, and you see all the different, names there. They had 30 issues in the first series there, but yeah, these are kind of off again, on again type book, but it was one of those. It was one of the first single feature type books, the large feature comics. There are a few other companies that did those too. Where they were, kind of like what would later lead to Showcase, or so Super Comics here from Whitman. Now, even though we know it today as Dell, it was publishing under the Whitman Publishing Company. And
he says we know. You'd be surprised what people don't know about
Dell Publishing Company.
Their own history in comic publishing.
Yeah.
I'm still a student.
Yeah.
Trying to learn.
That's another one of those fun things about doing the historical comic retrospectives, going back and just watching this stuff evolve, in quote unquote real time, as it were. That's why I go through it the way I do. It's like I started all the way back in the beginning and then just working my way.
Well, I mean, they didn't take it seriously because a lot of those old comics were just not that great.
Well, yeah, I know you and Rick in particular have commented on like the plot holes quite a bit, the writing.
Yeah.
But
everybody complains about books now, but it's like, geez, man, there's a character called Round Eyes whose only purpose was to get punched out. I mean, that's the biggest example I got. It's just,
yeah. Well, I know the one Rick brings up a lot is a Zatara story.
Oh, I'm sorry. His name was Slant Eyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But the one Rick brings up quite a bit that Rick, I guess, really stuck with Rick was a Zatara story where Zatara went to another dimension, and basically the first people who he met, he automatically assumed were the ones in the right, and he was there to help them avert a war or whatever. So, but here's something I recently mentioned to Rick too when we were talking about that too. One of the things you also have to kind of understand too about these early comics was they were still in their infancy, and many of these books, as you guys can tell, most of the books at this point in time were anthologies.
They were kind of still in the phase of inventing the format, right?
Right. They were anthologies, and and obviously they told certain writers, okay, you had this number of pages,
right,
put in the
and
book.
do it quickly as possible.
Some got double digits, some got single digits, but so you had to figure out, okay, well, what is the most important thing I want to say in this story, and then cut out a lot of it. And sometimes that will lead to plot holes because, if ultimately the point is good guy beats bad guy, and that's all they want to tell you, then some of the more subtle aspects of
pretty basic stuff,
point A to point B, kind of people may not pay attention to or want to pay attention to, So so Dell was another one, and
well, now Dell's Dell's first 4-color book, I believe, was unnumbered, and it was Dick Tracy.
Right. Well, so was the large feature comic too. Large feature was also the first issue of Dick Tracy here. We can go back. But Dick Tracy meets the blank.
Yeah.
So this was large feature number 1 right here. So, writer, artist, Chester Gold.
And that ran from 4-color ran from 1,262 issues, I believe. I had the last issue somewhere.
Yeah. But,
ran for a good long time.
Yeah, so and look at some of these titles: Super Comics, Funnies, Cracker Jack. Funnies.
Yeah, I've got some Super Comics that featured Dick Tracy.
Yeah, Popular Comics. Yeah. So, see if I can find the cursor. Oh, there it is. Okay. And then Harvey was another, even though it wasn't known as Harvey at this point yet.
Right.
Harvey.
They did Pocket Comics.
What was that, Rex?
They did Pocket Comics.
Yeah,
but retailers didn't like. That was one early thing that Harvey tried was Pocket Comics, but retailers didn't like to carry it because kids would pocket them, would steal them off the rack.
Yeah.
I saw a documentary on YouTube on that recently. Yeah. That was kind of interesting.
Speed Comics was first started being published by Brookwood Publishing
Company. Speed Comics, didn't that have a Silver Streak in it? Or did it?
No, there was a Silver Streak Comics. No, this had the lead feature here was Shock Gibson, who, as I'm sure Tim could probably tell you, Shock Gibson, at least in terms of his costume, looked kind of like the Golden Age Flash. Yeah, Brookwood, and now Brookwood published like the first 12 issues of this, and then they kind of went bankrupt or whatever, and or something happened. But after the 12th issue, Harvey ended up buying them up in like sometime in 1940, 41. Yeah, it was 41 when Harvey would buy up Brookwood. And Harvey Comics, of course, was the company that eventually gave us like Casper the Friendly Ghost and all that. And then Champion Comics number 2. Now, this particular series didn't even have a number 1. They started off with number 2 here. And
yeah, that did happen from time to time where they wouldn't have a number. I think that happened with Captain Marvel, right? And Wiz Comics number 2.
Technically the first issue of Wiz Comics was actually number 2, even though some people have argued there's like an ash can number 1 somewhere of it. But Champion Comics here was first published by Worth Publishing Company, another company where of course Harvey would more or less buy them up and then continue the book.
Continue the numbering, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And let's see, what are some of the other ones? Hold on, I'll get it all made. And then Centaur. Now, Centaur is another company that started up in 36, but they kind of closed their doors in
very early.
Yeah. Now, of course, Amazing Man. Now, this is not Will Everett from the DC version, the Comic Corporation of America, but this Amazing Man here was done by written by Alan L. Kirby and art by Bill Everett was the same guy who I think did Namor, among other things.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Amazing Man comics, and with the lead feature being Amazing Man, the hero. So, Comic Corporation of America. So.
I think you've covered.
Comics, you had Amazing Mystery Funnies.
I think you've covered Centaur Comics a little bit, right?
Right. Yeah.
Where you had Hydro Man and Amazing. Was it Amazing Man?
Amazing Man. There was no Hydro Man. Like some of the from Amazing Mystery Funnies here, we've covered Phantom of the Fair and Speed Centaur before.
Phantom of the Fair, right? Yeah.
Amazing Man comics, Amazing Man. Funny Pages, they have a hero called Arrow, and then
Arrow was cool. Yeah.
Teen Detective Funnies, Masked Marvel, and Dean Denton.
I think Malibu did Arrow comics.
Yeah,
or the Arrow character back in the 80s.
I believe it was the early 90s.
He was part
I know what you're talking. Malibu would pick up a number of the public domain characters that started out with Centaur. Now, here's another interesting little tidbit for you.
Now, where did Airman come from? Do you know? Because I showed Airman number 1 from Malibu earlier in the stream.
Airman? No, I haven't come across that name yet. I've heard of Airboy. I've heard of Airboy.
Okay, well, let me show you the comic I'm talking about. It's got the first appearance of what I thought was a pretty neat 90s character that they did, because I think you're right. It was probably in the 90s, and I can check here and see what year. It had an introduction of kind of like an underwater character that they was vastly underutilized for the design, I think. He made his first appearance in Malibu Sun, the magazine, and I'll show that at some point again. But Airman versus the Conqueror here. This is ripped from the pages of the Protectors, kind of a Protectors spinoff. Let's see, this came out in 1993, so January 93. Oh, here's a great side view of Airman on the content page.
Yeah, I haven't seen that title myself, but
I do believe he is a Golden Age character that they resurrected. Now, whether he looked like this with that funky looking helmet or whatever
from
it is.
what I understand, Malibu, from what I've seen and heard a little bit, Malibu did that with a number of like public domain Golden Age characters.
Man of War was part of the Protectors. I think Thresher, though, right here was maybe an original design, which I thought was just pretty cool. Here you can see he's going up against a shark, and I really like his design, his coloring, his costume. He only appeared on one cover, and he was on. That was Protectors, like I think 17, and he was down on the ground defeated. So how exciting is that? But that was his only cover appearance. He didn't appear that often. So anytime I see that,
apparently a number of the some of those Golden Age characters from Centaur did find their way onto the Protectors from what I read a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So
Catman and Kitten. I also showed this with the first cover appearance of Devil Flyer and my character Hopper. This was an Indiegogo project, and you actually could buy a spot for your character on the cover, and it has Blue Beetle, Devil Flyer there. They just colored it the way they wanted to color it. It's not bad. But Blue Beetle's here, although they call him like the Blue Scarab, I think. And then Kitten down
the funny
here.
Thing, well, they probably had to call him Blue Scarab because by that point DC had the rights to the Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle had a very interesting publication
there's
history.
Hopper and there's Devil Flyer.
Yeah,
as seen through that one artist's eye. I think this is a homage, I think, to 181 of Avengers. Scott Lang's first appearance as Ant-Man in costume.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Blue Beetle had a very interesting publication history.
Oh, I just watched a thing on Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is really an interesting character, Mike. When there's a great documentary on YouTube about the Blue Beetle character.
Well, he went through a number of different publishers because he started out with Fox Feature Syndicate, then went to Holyoke, then went back to Fox, then went to Charlton, and then eventually DC got him.
You're forgetting AC though. AC Comics was.
Well, I didn't know AC picked him up, but
AC was doing the Question and Blue Beetle and Captain Atom before they were bought out, and Nightshade or whatever that woman's. They were doing some of the old Charlton characters before. They actually had a super group with them, the Sentinels of Liberty, I think it was called. I could be wrong about that, but they picked that up right before and was using the Charlton characters right before DC somehow bought them out, I guess, from Charlton when Charlton went under sometime in the 80s, the mid 80s.
Well, DC bought up Charlton, they bought up Quality Comics, they bought up Fawcett Comics, so I mean,
very shrewd on their part, and also the Ultraverse, right, from Malibu, or was it Malibu? It was the Ultraverse with Rune and all those characters. Prime.
Yeah. Now here, so they don't have the list of stories here, but here's the cover. If you wanna share the screen, that's the cover of the book we'll be reading over. This week,
So you have the Katzenjammer kids, and you have little Abner and some of their characters.
Well, the only thing is that so I guess they took little Abner, Tarzan, and Nancy. They actually took out because apparently, since they're not public domain, so we won't get to read those, but I'm sure they'll probably have a few others in there, like maybe Ella Cinders. I think Ella Cinders, and this is from United Feature Syndicate.
Mhm.
So Comics on Parade number 20 there, volume 1, number 20. So anyways, it was good hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, bro.
Yeah, and and I hope you'll be ready to go on Friday.
I hope I am too. If I don't, Shadowhawk may have to fill in for me. I'll have to consult him over that. The only reason I wouldn't be there, Mike, is I have to work. But I will try and make it for sure.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head out here. So
okay, you want to take a look at my characters that I've been working on? So there's what I've been doing tonight.
Yeah. Actually, the one in the back there with that hood looking mask there, the big guy in the back.
Yeah.
He actually reminds me of the one that upper, obviously the big guy.
He's smoking.
Yeah, he's smoking
out the helmet.
The mask reminds me actually of the Invisible Hood. Kent Thurston.
Okay.
From what I've been seeing of him. So, but anyways, thanks for having me, and I hope I gave you guys some nice tidbits to look over and so that, and I shared those links for you. So,
Ethereal Dragon says not, Mike.
Night, Ethereal Dragon. All right, I'll see y'all later.
I didn't know Dragon was in here. Hey, Mike.
He may have just come in, so for all we know. Anyways, I'll see y'all later.
Take care, Mike. And then there was one because he's muted. No, he's muted.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm the only one left.
Well, I'm here.
Right. So,
yeah.
So what's new with you? How's is Devil Flyer almost close to being done?
Well, the Devil Flyer story has been done for nearly a year now. I guess over a year now. 29-page story. But now, as far as the backup stories in Devil Flyer, which are all part of the Devil Flyer story, they're in various stages. The artwork, stages. Various stages. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Two of the stories are not written, but they're digitally drawn out, paced out, laid out. Hockey story, I just had to find that the dialogue for him to put in there, and he's going to put a nice little frame and then put the lettering in there. And that artwork's been done for almost a year, if not a year, for that 2-page story that Hockey did with Dirty Joe. And let's see, Doc has a 9-page story completely finished except for the lettering and the spot coloring that's going to be in it. Let's see, Doc's working on another 6 pages that's going to be in the book. That's related to that story he did last year. Let's see, we got Crawl Space, we got Grave Tales, and then Seconds Kent. Yeah, that one's laid out, and the Sea Demon story is laid out. And the Inner Man story has been laid out as well. And Dillard's going to draw that just as soon as I get him his comics. He's got a comic that I traded him for one of the pages, and I paid him for one page. So he's definitely going to do that. He can have that whipped out. Dillard's quick. Something happens to Dillard, then I might be in a scramble. But let's just pray nothing happens to Dillard.
I'm sure he'll come through.
Yeah, he's quick. He's definitely quick.
Yep.
Yep. So this is what I like doing. You know, I did this a lot. You know, creating characters. Some of these I had that I did tonight. I had in this notebook that I put them down when I think them up. You know, do a little quick sketch, and this is just like trying to elaborate on what on some of these that I've been creating recently, and some of these have been created tonight. So,
Well, so are you going to launch with Indiegogo or Fund My Comic?
I'm down. I've already got Fund My Comic kind of in the air. You know, already have 3 campaigns in various stages over there. But the next project that I work on is going to be a book that comes out before Devil Flyer, and it'll probably be about 100 pages. And I've backed up Devil Flyer to like March or April next year. I'm shooting for March 1st release launch on Fund My Comic with Devil Flyer #1. I just want it to be all done, if at all possible, or near complete. I think if I give myself that much time, we can get the whole issue completed and more than ready. And
well, yeah, of course. You don't want to crowdfund and then not be able to deliver the book.
well, I'm always going to deliver. So, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but I would like to have it 100% complete before we launch, and then I can have a quick turnaround and hopefully this year as well be building on campaign on Devil Flyer #2, which is already in the works. Some of the stories and stuff, and have been for quite a while. So I'm trying to get ahead of this, you know, and not feel like I'm rushing things.
Right.
I kept having to back it up for this or that reason, and then over on Fund My Comic as well, I was going to launch, and then 2 weeks later, 2 to 3 weeks later, they probably had it up within that 2-week period. They had the shopping cart,
Right.
set up then. So
Are you talking about Fund My Comic?
I'll back it up like 3 weeks, and then I just I don't want to launch in summer. I want to launch around tax time, like I did the Ashcan, and I think that helps. I just want an early release somewhere in February, March, April. I think it's a good time to launch a book, and I want it to do. You know, I don't want to put a strain on people's finances, and frankly, I need the time, you know, to make it the best that I can, to get all the artwork in. I'm still got a bunch of artwork coming in from Vic, and that'll probably take most of this year to get everything in, and then, you know, hopefully I can get some more stuff from him here pretty soon. And
right. So you're on top of things then.
I think so. I think I'm ahead of the game, and it just gives me time to better refine the stories and really see what story do I really want to tell in the order. You know, one of the stories that I have in mind for the 100-pager will be that I'm running the contest on, and it could exceed 100 pages. It just depends on how much fan art we get in, because there will be a fan art contest for that. But I have a lot of work that's either completed or near complete that for the book. Now I haven't really taken a page count yet, but shooting for something around 100 pages.
Oh, that's a lot of pages.
Yeah, it is. So, but a lot of that will be fan art as well, a fan art section. And I don't really know how much fan art I'll get in. If I have good response and running a contest where the winner wins the cover slot, they'll be their piece will be on the cover. And the second place will get the back cover, and the third place will get the centerfold. And there'll be a cash prize with the first winner. And plus, I've got 2 honorable mentions that'll be best color work and best black and white work, because I think black and white needs a spot, right?
Right.
I think they're often overshadowed by the great color work that a lot of these colorists do, a lot of these artists do. And if somebody wins, say, best of show in black and white, then I'll print it in black and white on the cover, and they have a shot at winning best of show again in black and white. And same thing with color. Just so you have a chance to win a couple times, actually, for the honorable mention type spots. And we'll work out the prizes and everything for that stuff. But I already have some people have done some fan art. And they can certainly submit that old fan art if they want as their submission, or do something new, or submit more than one piece. And you too can be printed in Momentum Comics, the next big thing that I'll be doing.
Next big thing?
The next big thing. It's going to be a thick book.
Oh, it's a thick bitch. A thick book.
Yes, absolutely.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, I think people will be happy with it. It'll have one of the stories I want to tell in it is a short story, and that may expand. I don't know, but the way I have it written now, short story, it's a story set in the future, so it'll be in black and white.
Time travel. Kidding.
What happened?
I said, time travel.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I tell stories in the past, the present, and the future. And this one is set in the future. All the stories in Devil Flyer #1 leading up to issue 6 are told slightly in the past. So they're leading you up to the present.
I see.
Yeah. Now, Devil Flyer, from the splash page to the second and third page, because it's a double page spread, which was featured in the ash can, because the first 7 pages were in the ash can of Devil Flyer story. Says earlier that day, so you cut back to the past in that.
I see.
And I guess I should probably do a little sepia tone on that page, because everything set in the past is going to be sepia tone like an old photograph. Everything in the present is full color, and everything in the future is black and white.
Sounds like a
plan. It was drawn to be in black and white originally, and that's probably what it will be presented in. I might have to work. Might put. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I haven't decided on that yet. But
excellent.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on top of it, bro.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah. Trying to get on top of it.
Well, I should probably go and get some shut-eye. It's 11:04.
Right. Well, I'm going to go another 5 minutes just to make it, round number of 3 hours. So
there you go.
Stay for that 5 hour. 5 hours. No, you're welcome to stay for the 5 minutes, or you can bug out.
I will choose to bug out, my friend.
Okay.
I will see you. I'll see you later.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay. Take care. And I will show another trailer, because that's what we do around here. Let me just grab a good one. They're all good around here. They're all good. There's one that I could grab that's only been shown once on this channel, and because I did save that. If you did not see Ryan Cardinal's dope looking, if you did not Ryan Cardinal's dope looking Gorgo that he started drawing as a suggestion by Shadowhawk, I will show that here in a minute. If you, I had not seen it. Shadowhawk brought it to me. But right now we're going to see Blood on the Bricks trailer number 1 by Doc Blaylock once again. Because, hey, that's what we do. Only on Chat BS. Robot out Melbourne. Music goes so well with this. Like the Gray Tony. Summer 2023. Very cool. Very cool. Now for another trailer. Rocket Magazine Mission 2 been shadow banned, so was number 1. Go support Steve and CG in
Rocket
general.
Magazine, built to propel indie comics into the stratosphere. A modern ode to publications like Wizard, Epic Illustrated, Alter Ego, and Heavy Metal. Featuring Billy Tucci, Dan Fragan, Andy Smith, Peter Simeti, and Mark Bolton. Additional content, including tutorials and previews from the Barton Brothers, Camel Moon, Crowfire Studios, Kier Covington, Dean James, Rob Arnold, and many more. Become part of the mission.
Yeah. Go check that out, man. Go check that out. It's going to be good stuff. And here's another one, Kordrath, The Reckoning by Andy Smith. If you like some barbarian action, here you go. Hey, Edwin. Oh, it's Shadowhawk. No, not really. And since we have a few seconds left, one more for good measure. Cannot miss this. Dragon Rage by Jimmy Reyes. And there you have it. And I think I even cut that one a little short, but not by much. It's still going on in my ear. Dragon Rage. Get it today for a short time on Indiegogo still. Check out all those great links down in the description. Unfortunately, I didn't get as many on this stream because I was running a little bit late. But hey, we try and promote around here. If you have a book, you want to promote it, hey man, just let me know. Send me a link. I'll put it down there. Got to see some great stuff tonight. Worked out, just had fun. Done nothing, just had fun creating some stuff and having some good conversating. Is that a word, conversating? I don't know. Anyway, bow for now. Keep collecting, keep drawing, practice.